How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Dustin at Daily Grind Fantasy, obviously bringing you this live stream from the Daily Grind Fantasy YouTube channel. If you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as you come into the stream. It really does help us out. We would appreciate it. So, it's Friday. There's Flex Friday, there's NBA, there's MLB, there's NBA playoffs that start this weekend. There's value across the board on basically a lot of fronts, right? You have some CS2 that has been littering the AI slip generator, as you guys can see here. A bunch of slips for that. I did put out 2 on Twitter just a little bit ago. Hopefully we get a cash on one of those. If not both, that would be sick, right? Verlander, Mackenzie Gore, under 10 strikeouts. We have Justin Verlander under walks on PrizePicks. Jared Duran, if you've already played, or if you haven't already played that. Tyrese Maxey, if you haven't played that. A bunch of value here. Remember, what we are looking for in 5- and 6-man flexes is for our fair odds percentage, or our odds percent to hit, also known as, right? Which is the true odds percent chance to hit that these sports books are giving these plays based off the overs and the unders they are setting, right? When we remove the juice, you know, what the sports book is taking from you just placing that bet, we can find what they're truly pricing this at. And then we just follow the market, right? Wherever the books are, we're going to go ahead and look to see where we can get the best price. Typically on PrizePicks, you know, we're getting it at -119 in 5- and 6-man flexes, but we need it to be over 54.3+% or higher for our average fair odds percentage for each individual leg in those 5- and 6-man flexes. So we can dip down below it if we wanted to, but our average fair odds percentage needs to be above that as a general rule of thumb, right? And then from there, however you want to go about your business, using the optimizer, filters, whatever it might be, go for it, right? If I want something that has, you know, minimum data points of at least 2, then that's what I can do. And I personally like that, right? If you trust it, you know, just PrizePicks to Underdog, or PrizePicks to Hot Streak, or just one book, that's it. You're up to you. But how I use it, I typically like at least to have 2 data points. Sometimes I will dip below and snag something if I see it when it only has 1 data point to compare to. It just depends. But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing good. KC's in here, Luke, Ethan. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I put out multiple slips on Twitter today. Gonna be putting out some more as well. Okay, Verlander under 1.5 walks. Let's start there. Verlander under 1.5 walks. Valdez under singles. I'm assuming that one's gonna bump really quickly, but we can try and get that under singles. Vooch. Vooch under fantasy score. Wong under singles as well. Played a lot of these props already. Casas, I don't think it's going to let us... actually, it's not going to let us play Wong as well under singles. So we're just going to have to go with Valdez. Let's see. Yeah, Valdez is going to be gone. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. It's all good. All good. Remember, as I mentioned yesterday, Boston in the house. What up? Got the Fade Me shirt on from my friend Guy Boston. Ev Singleton. He has a shop called Fade Me Shop. Basically, you're supposed to be fading plays, right? Quote unquote. But yeah, I loved that it was in the Red Sox font, which is sick. All right. I was trying to go quick, that way we could get that off, but now I can have a little bit more time. Teamy. CS2 right there. You got 1 book at 25.5, 2 books at 24.5, and then you have PrizePicks at 22.5. Maps 1 and 2 kills right here. pretty clear that PrizePicks is a little too low on their projection when you're comparing to the rest of the market of these DFS apps that set these lines independently. PrizePicks just seems low at 22.5. So we'll take the over of 22.5. De'Aaron Fox under fantasy score? I'm not even sure I've seen that one yet. So Fox under fantasy score. We have Vooch and Fox under fantasy score. And then, hold on. ENC 7 a.m. I've already played Maxi. Venor, maybe. We could go with Venor. 0.5 off from the rest of them. I've played OG already. A little bit of League of Legends action here. All right, so they removed Verlander walks. Let's see if we can snag the combo square. Verlander Gore under 10. All right, so I was able to get that one off. Putting that in the chat right now, folks. Make sure, as you guys are coming in, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed already to the channel. Would appreciate it. Now, I just put the link into the chat. So we had Verlander, Gore under 10 pitcher combo strikeouts. We had Vucevic under 38 fantasy score, Fox under fantasy score. And these are just based off of what the props are on the sports books, taking into consideration the overs and unders for those props. And these sports books, in order for us to find a would-be projection of what they would have these fantasy scores posted at, they need to have each the props that make up fantasy score here on PrizePicks for those multipliers. So that's kind of how we figure those. And then we just kind of went down the line. We found some value based on just simply line comparing across these DFS apps and what they are setting these props at, right? Teamy, at least 2 off from really what the market's at, right? We have one book at 25.5 and then 2 at 24.5 and then them way off at 22. So at least 2 off, I would say, from where the market should be. Scott, oh, sorry, yeah, I meant to say that. Somebody asked for their fave 2-man. Yeah, we don't really run 2-mans here on this channel. It's just simply not a profitable bet over the long term, right? Or, I mean, you can find profitable plays over the long term for 2-mans, but it's a harder slip to be profitable using, right? 5 and 6-man flexes, you have to be right on your individual legs at just over 54.3+%, as opposed to 2-mans where it's like 58 and some change, right? It's like a 4% difference that you have to be correct on your individual legs in order to be profitable or break even over the long term. So 2-mans are really, really hard to be profitable at that 3x as opposed to a 10x or a 25x slip there. Let's kind of bounce around real quick. We'll come back to PrizePicks. Nothing really too much on UD. We'll see where ParlayPlay is at. Sniped some ParlayPlay lines earlier today. Really good Danny Jansen line. And then Brandon Ingram. Let's see what Ingram's at now. I think his even line's up to 31.5. So yeah, basically his even line's at 31.5 now and favored to the over. We got it at 29.5 and at better odds, basically. than what you're getting the over of 31.5. And I literally could only do this because of Daily Grind Fantasy, the tools that you guys are seeing me use right here in front of your face day in and day out, because I would have never known this was posted unless I either one had a notification from the notifications on the site, right, that go to my email, or I was on the optimizer to be able to see this, that it was posted, or that this line was pretty nuts across the books, right? Every single book besides FanDuel had this at 31.5. FanDuel, for whatever reason, had it 29.5, but it was juicing the over at minus 192. Basically telling us this should probably be 30.5, 31.5, but they were still keeping this line at 29.5. They eventually, I believe, have now bumped that up and, put it towards the even line like the rest of these books. And even some of these books are favoring the over of 31.5 at that time when I got it in. I got it at minus 129 at 29.5. Insane. Should have never existed on that app, but it did, and we were able to take advantage of it thanks to Daily Grind Fantasy. Remember, if you guys want access to Daily Grind Fantasy, linked in the description of this live stream, you guys can get access. I'm talking way too much because there is that Verlander walks line that we want to get in. Sorry, that's an under, I believe. Verlander walks under. And then let's see. DeMar DeRozan over 1.5 blocks plus steals. It's not really super great. Hang on. Got a great chance to hit. DeMar DeRozan to hero. All right, yeah, let's roll with this. So, like, FanDuel has it set to 1.5, still juicing it minus 135. So we're getting slightly worse odds than FanDuel, but the rest of these books have it set to 2.5. They are favoring the under of 2.5, nonetheless set to 2.5. So if we had FanDuel, betting it as a straight bet would probably be the most ideal. But since we don't, and I do want to get this in, I'm just going to take it over here on ParlayPlay. Still basically a 3x payout. So Verlander under 1.5 walks allowed, and then DeMar DeRozan over 1.5 blocks plus steals. So that's the 1.5 slip. If you guys aren't on ParlayPlay, linked in the description, you guys get access to that. But most importantly, you're not going to be able to find value without a tool like this to be profitable over the long term. It's near impossible to get these slips off or know that these are posted, look for them, or manually look them up on the sportsbooks in order to go ahead and beat the bumps and the removes of these DFS apps. So linked in the description, you guys get access to Daily Grind Fantasy. This here is the fantasy bundle that you guys are seeing me use. This is the Optimizer, and then it also comes with the middling tool and fantasy score screen. The AI slip generator is located here, which this basically allows you to not think, right? You see the slips, you reveal the slip, plug and play the slip. Simply that easy, right? Let me see. Have I already played this slip here? I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and put it here in the chat anyways. Sorry, not in the chat. I think I've already played some of these, so I'm probably not going to enter it. But if you guys want to go ahead and enter this, this is a slip from the AI slip generator where it's basically comparing the lines across the market, thus finding positive correlation on top of where we can get these good lines at, right? And then putting it into a full slip for you to quickly just tail, right? And the object is to play all of these slips that you can in order to become profitable by playing these at volume, right? Not every slip's going to hit. It's not how it works, right? That'd be nice. We'd be rich. But we can make a profit, right? Or help ourselves assure profitability by playing at volume and sticking to your unit size and not overexposing. Like, if you see these same players pop up in another slip for the same game, I wouldn't play it again, right? You're not wanting to overexpose too many players in that same game, because in CS2 specifically, it's all about rounds. If you get a lot of rounds, there's more opportunities for kills. If there's not that many rounds, one team's rolling the other, there's less opportunity for kills for that entire match. So they're more likely to go under. That's why same team overs, same team, sorry, not same team, same game overs, same game unders are positively correlated. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, there's times where we'll do two mans, right? If there's an insane play and there's nothing really to get it in with a 5-man, but you have something that could make your fair odds percentage above that 58+%, 2-man could work, right? Sometimes it's clutch to go ahead and get in a 2-man, right, with an insane value play, and then try and get in a 5-man, then go cancel the 2-man if you can. Something of that nature. Or, yeah, sometimes promos. 2-mans on these dynamic payout platforms is kind of what I like to run. Like ParlayPlay, Sleeper, and stuff like that. So that's what I'll do. But these set payout platforms like PrizePicks, Underdog, your best ones are going to be 3-man uninsured slips for 6x. You get a 5x on PrizePicks, you get 6x on Underdog. There's more value on Underdog to play that 3-man slip. And then, if you know, it's just different apps, different slips. Let's say. Let's see. Where do we go from here? ParlayPlay, we just sniped that Verlander line. I'm assuming that's gone now. Yeah, let's just, for gigs, let's see. Let's see, Verlander walks allowed. The under, now they've adjusted it, right? They're adjusting it because there was an edge getting that play. That was minus 180, minus 190 on the books at minus 129 here on ParlayPlay. Now they're adjusting towards the market. Oh, I want to check Fliff. Kobe White 3-pointers made. Hold on 1 second. Oh, Scott just hooked you guys up. Scott just hooked you guys up. I think. I don't know if it's going to let me. Oh, why am I trying to do it on my phone? I think it's because I've seen the message like that. Hang on 1 second. That CS2 link that I just had up, or that CS2 slip that I just had up, Scott went ahead and sent the link. Shout out, Scott. Let me check one thing real quick. Sorry. Yeah. All right. So let's look at this. We have some plays here on Fliff. Kobe White over 2.5 3-pointers made. Minus 145 on Fliff. The rest of the market has this at minimum minus 162, which FanDuel is the lowest, but multiple books in the minus 180s, multiple books in the minus 165 pluses, right? You get this at minus 145. So there's decent amount of juice, but nonetheless, you're getting some value, right? Over the long term, this is a profitable play, given by how the market is pricing it, right? The Fliff is basically telling us this has a lesser likely chance to hit than what the rest of the sports books are saying. Therefore, they're pricing it lower. Therefore, it's a good play for us. So let's go ahead and do that. My nose just got itchy. I've already played this Eric Gordon line. Hopefully Kobe White is on the Kobe White that showed up and played the other night. All right, Kobe White over 2.5 3-pointers made, minus 145. Was minus 135 earlier. Right. So even better value you got at minus 135. But as the rest of the market is adjusting, Fliff is adjusting a tad bit, but they're still off from the market. So still able to go ahead and get some value in there. Chris Taylor's creeping up to be a good play. The rest of these aren't like super, super great. I think Yamamoto was at plus 120 earlier. They're trending, right? And I mean, these two aren't super, super great either, but a little bit, especially with this one, right? You have all these data points pointing in this direction, so you can feel really comfortable. The more data points, the better, obviously, to make you feel more comfortable. Jack Flaherty over fantasy score. We could play this and then like middle our Venor play, because if he lands on 3, then we push on PrizePicks, win on UD. We could do that. Okay, so Jack Flaherty's got a little worse. So we'll go ahead and just pass that up. Anything on Sleeper? Is Sleeper running any promos or anything like that, guys? Yeah, deposit match up to $100. Correct, Crushables. Oh, for existing users? Yeah. If you're not on Sleeper and use code DUSTIN, DUSTIN, you can get up to $100, $500, I think, actually. $500 or $250? Now I'm confused. I think it's $500 still, deposit match. Up to $500. Code DUSTIN. Would appreciate that. This Jack Flaherty line actually is a good play on Sleeper right now. I would try and get this in with something. It's definitely ripping towards the under of 4.5. Actually, hold on. This might be a good play on ParlayPlay now, too. Yes, Jack Flaherty under. Yeah, a really good play on ParlayPlay. Wait, have I already played this? I have the over. The odds have flipped. No. So this is something that can happen, right? Lineups can come out, and then all of a sudden, the odds can shift in the sports books. They like him to go under 4.5 hits now. Kind of sucks because obviously I don't have a good valued play now. I don't necessarily want to hedge, but I would suggest getting this in. Could you go Jack Flaherty over 2.5 earned runs? No. Oh, there's a specific code. 500. Let's go, Joe. When's the best time to bet, since this could happen? Like, it could happen anytime, right? It could happen at any time. It's just, you never know with the lineups and such. It depends, because, like, right, if the projected lineup comes out that these sports books were probably projecting, then we end up getting good value, right? It's always a risk, especially if you have. I don't remember what the books had Jack Flaherty at earlier. It might have been only 2 books, right? there was only 2 books. That's only 2 data points that I'm going off of. Sure, they might have been in agreement, and sure, that might have looked like good value then. But now we have all these sports books and more information that's came out throughout the day. Now it's ended up flipping. This happens a million times less, right, where odds flip against us than when odds go in our favor, right? This happens very, very minimal, but can happen. And it's just something to note, right? Yeah, and then plus on top of that, if things are really fluid throughout the day, sometimes these other sports books or DFS apps could be a little bit quicker than the sports books. Not often, but it's always a little bit of a risk in general that things could flip. And ooh, if you guys want to go ahead and build out a slip, I've played a shit ton of these. I'm going to go ahead and just take out CS2 for you guys. CJ Abram under runs solid too. But what was I going to say? Sleeper promo just like that, huh? Wait, is Sleeper still have... See, with the promos, I like to give myself a higher chance to hit. If I don't have anything super plus EV, I like to try and give myself something higher, like higher chance to hit, as well as like slightly better odds on Sleeper because they're such a sharp platform. You're not really able to catch them lacking. If that free square would have came out a second earlier, we could have got it in with that Flaherty play. But like right now, as it stands, if I was going to be putting out a slip for this, I probably would play it with this Sabonis play. DeMontis Sabonis play, over 13.5 rebounds, minus 119. Rest of the market, average odds at minus 135. Couple of them minus 125, minus 129. But you're giving yourself a 54% chance to hit, and you're getting slightly better odds as opposed to some of these that are less than 50% chance to hit. This one is okay, right? 50% chance to hit. You're getting better odds. But I'd rather give myself, it might be a little bit more juice, minus 119, which still isn't that much, but a little bit better chance to hit. So that's who I would play it with right now. Sabonis over 13.5. There was something I was going to say. Oh, when odds flip, right? People would want to say like, oh, the optimizer sucks or something like that. It's not necessarily the case, right? Because what the optimizer is doing is just simply pulling in these lines that are on the sportsbooks at that current time, for you to be able to compare these lines across the market at that specific time. It's not saying that that's going to be like that forever, right? There is risk whenever you're entering into play that it could flip. Now, I'm not saying that my over 4.5 could hit, right? The under 4.5 ends up being the better play. My over 4.5 could hit, and I would accept that loss like anything else, right? Odds flipped, it happens sometimes. Almost every single time you're going to see plays get removed or bumped that are entered on stream or anything I post, right? Because we're reading the market. Something might have happened, some news might have came out, and it flipped the script on us. Let's see what's up on Better. Nothing really on Better. As far as value goes, like Better, we're looking for our 5-pick, 6-pick insured plays. So like 5-pick insured. You need it like right around that 54.9%. And you only got one play really right up there. Nothing else would really weigh it to be able to go ahead and get in a slip. okay, hold on. So somebody says sleeper and flip for Joe Boyle. Yeah, so minus 141 here on sleeper. You can get that in with your free square. Wow, that looks really good. Let's see, Fliff. So it might have been bumped on Fliff, but if you can get this on sleeper, it might have been bumped up on both places. Yeah, Joe Boyle was quick. There you go, Crushables. Wagon. Yeah, I've entered in like all of this value essentially. Haven't played these. Probably won't really touch these COD props at the moment. Just having one other. You could middle them, right? You could take the over of 19.5 on PrizePicks, and if you're playing Sports Quack, take the under 22.5. But I would just be playing the PrizePicks side right now, so I'm not really going to touch those. That's what I'm saying. Like, I really do like having multiple more data points. That way I can trust it and see who is off. Okay, well, Joe Boyle under 5.5 on PrizePicks. That's a really good line. I don't know if there's anything else I can really get it in with myself. Try and get this off. Oh, wait, it's gone. It's gone. All right. I think that's probably going to be it for the stream. I'm going to cycle back through one more time. Yeah, wait. Dabble, Turnbill. Bunch of push props on Dabble, of course. Man, Dabble used to be fun. Dabble used to be fun. I've played basically all of those, but if you guys want to get this slip in off the AI slip generator, boom, here it is. Screenshot it. Screenshot it, do whatever you got to do. Get it in. It's a profitable slip over the long term. But that is going to be it for this stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we go ahead and cash out on one of the slips we made. That is going to be it. I love you guys, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.